Hello my friends, I am Souvik Saha. I am third ranker in GATE 2018 in Civil Engineering and 16th ranker in ESE 2018 in Civil Engineering. So as you all know that only 7 days are remaining for GATE 2022 exam. I hope you are all prepared and highly motivated to give the exam. I am just going to give you some brief tips for these last 7 days so that you can give your best in your GATE exam. Okay, so first of all I am going to tell you the small tips I am going to tell you is please stop studying new concept now. Okay, for these 7 days you just revise what you have studied till date. Okay, I hope some of you or many of you have prepared some micro note or some of you have some fixed papers from which you used to revise during all through this year. Please only go through those papers and those micro notes for which you have been using for your revision. No new concept, because for GATE you have to set an approach that at some point you have to stop your new preparation or you have to stop learning new concept and start revising what you have studied till now. Okay, so please stop studying new concept and only revise what you have studied till today. Next is please start giving your full length test series. Okay, no 45 minutes test series or 10 minutes test series, only 3 hours full length test series. Okay, take some good test series for these 7 days, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday and up to you can say Friday. You start giving only full length test series. I hope all of you have downloaded your admit cards. You know very well that when your exam is going to conducted, whether it is forenoon or afternoon, only give your full length test series in your whole day. No other test series, only one test series in your complete day. At that time when you are actually going to give your GATE exam on your examination day. Okay, and set your daily schedule also like that. Means suppose you have your GATE exam at 9 AM. So for that examination day, on that examination day, when you are going to wake up and when you are going to take your breakfast, you chalk out that day, you plan out that when on the examination day you are going to wake up, when you are going to have your breakfast, okay, and when you are going to reach your examination center. You plan these last 7 days completely according to like that. Means if you have your actual exam at 9 AM, you give your test series, your full length test series at 9 AM only. Okay, suppose for 9 AM exam you have to wake up at 6 AM. So in these last 7 days you wake up at 6 AM. You are going to have your breakfast for the actual examination day at 7 AM. So have your breakfast at 7 AM for these last 7 days. Okay, trust me, this is very helpful, because on the day of actual exam you are simply going to feel like that you are going to give a test series at your home only. Okay, so that will restrict your anxiety at a great level. This helped me a lot. I used to do this and I have practiced this for last 7 to 14 days thoroughly. You have 7 days now, so practice this thoroughly. Okay, and also let's say on your examination day you have to wake up at 6 AM and you have a habit of sleep of let's say 7 hours to 6 hours. So for a complete good night's sleep, let's say you have to sleep at 10 AM or at 10 PM or 11 PM on the last night. Means the next day you are going to give your final exam. So the night before your exam you are you have planned to sleep at 10 am or 11 am. For this last 7 days you are going to do that only. Okay. So as I said that for these last 7 days, if you are going to wake up at 6 am, all the nights you are going to sleep at 10 pm or 11 pm as per your schedule or as per your duration of sleep. Okay. This is also very helpful because you know, or maybe at some point you have also felt that the night before the exam you are unable to sleep. Okay. This many times happens because of the irregularity of our sleeping schedule. So try to make that a proper schedule of your sleep for these last 7 days. You are trust me, you are going to have a good night's sleep before your exam. Okay. And if you are going to have a good night's sleep before your exam, you are going to give, it is obvious that you are going to give your best in that exam. There is no doubt of it. Okay. Take very much care of your health, because if anybody get in any trouble regarding his or her health during these 7 days, the whole effort of 1 year is going to be wasted. So don't do that. Take very good care of your health so that you don't have cold and cough, you know, all the symptoms of COVID-19. Take very good care of your health and have some good food so that no stomach upset or something like that happen. All your focus should be on your exam only, not on your health, during your 3 hours of exam, I am meaning to say. So for these 7 days, take very good care of your health. Okay. Now regarding the solving of the question paper, always try to solve the paper in 3 parts. Okay. In first part, solve only those questions which only by seeing you are able to solve in your mind. Okay. At the first part, first you solve only those questions which you are able to solve just only by seeing in your mind, or you directly know the answer of that question. Okay. If you have prepared well in GATE exam, at least I am saying at least 30 to 40% will be question like that for which you have your direct answer. Okay. In second part, solve those questions which you are able to solve when you have first saw the question. You know that you are able to solve this question, but it will take some time. Okay. Make that question for mark for review, and in the second part you solve those questions which you have kept for mark for review. Okay. Now if you solve the second part and if you have prepared well, 70 to 80% will be solved. Now you have solved in first part all the questions which you have know the direct answer. In the second part you have solved all the questions which you have kept for review, and in the third part you are going to take up all the difficult questions. Trust me my friend, if you have completed the first and second part in which you have solved almost 70 to 80% of your knowledge, your confidence will be at sky level. Even in third part you will be solved at least 10 to 20% question. So this is going to give a very remarkable effect on your final outcome of the examination. Okay. Never think that I will going to solve first 1 mark question, then 2 mark question, then general aptitude question. Never do that. You take any part, 1 mark question, 2 mark question or general aptitude, you take any part. Whichever part you are going to take, you first solve in one part, then the review question, and then in the third part you are going to solve the most difficult questions. Okay. I used to do this. I used to solve the whole question paper, means the first the 1 mark question, 2 mark question and general aptitude, the whole question paper for which I know the answer directly, then in the second part the review question, and in the third part the most difficult ones, right? Now next is reach your examination hall at least half an hour ago. It is going to control your anxiety at very high level. You should not be hurrying to reach your examination center just before your exam. It is going to increase your anxiety, so don't do that. You plan when you want to reach your examination center and reach there only, but that should be at least half an hour ago before your examination. Okay. Now next is the most important, that is your approach towards your exam. See, after reaching your examination center, you will get a lot of people who have just came because they have filled up the form. Okay, they are very casual about the exam, and at that time many students lose their actual approach of exam. There is a saying that the game before the game. All the sportsmen follow this. Just before the game, they don't talk with anybody. They just only focus about how they are going to play in this game. You are also try to do this. You set your approach. See, you have given lots of time and hard work during the whole year. Okay, and you have to give your exam in that way only. You have to set your seriousness and your focus on the exam in that way only, which can reflect or which can justify that 1 year time and 1 year hard work you have put it. Okay, your approach is going to decide how will be the outcome, and not this only for your final exam. You make your approach all the 7 days. In these last 7 days you are going to give the full test series. For all those test series, you set your approach like this. Before the exam, you set a goal in your mind, you set your focus, and you try to recollect that what you have put it for this exam. That will automatically give you the seriousness and the focus for your exam which is needed. Okay. Now, lots of students may have also failed that, or many, if this is the first exam, their first competitive exam, so many of the aspirants is going to feel that in between the exam they have completely exhausted, and they have started thinking that they will not be able to complete or work out the exam properly, which they have thought in his or her mind. Trust me, my friend, if this is happening to you, a lot of students sitting in the same examination hall are feeling the same. But how you are going to ace the exam, how you are going to do better than those all the other students sitting in the hall and feeling the same frustration or the same exhaustion, because you are not going to give up in the 3 hours of your examination. You will not going to be exhausted in those 3 hours of examination. You will put your all the hard work in those 3 hours. You are going to solve all the questions possible and all the question in your knowledge, and you are going to think in your mind that if this is happening to me, then all the other people are also feeling the same. This is the point when I can ace the exam. This is my age. I am not going to give up like others. I am going to give this exam properly, and I am going to solve the whole paper, or at least all the questions I know in this examination paper. I am going to solve this. Today is not the day I am going to exhausted. Okay. This feeling has came to many students during the 3 hours of exam. Trust me, my friend, if you can make your mind in between the exam, if you are feeling this, you are going to ace that. Okay, you are going to do much better than all the other students who have not composed themselves during this exam, who have failed that frustration or exhaustion. You are going to give a very straightaway shot in that exam, right? See, there is a very important point that you always reach up to the last question of the paper. Many students do that. They put a lot of time in the questions in the beginning of the paper, means the questions which have given in the beginning of the paper, they put a lot of time and they are even unable to see the last question. This should never happen. This should never happen. Try to practice very thoroughly in the full length test series you are going to give in the 7 days of exam, in the 7 days of time. Okay, just think and set a focus in your mind before starting your exam that I have to reach up to the last question. This is my goal. I have to reach up to the last question, because many times it happens that all the questions which have came from your strength, your core strength, your knowledge is given in the last part of the question. And what happens after the question paper releases, they see that at the last of the paper all the questions he knew or he or she knew is given in the paper. This should not happen. Okay, so set a focus in your mind that you have to reach up to the last question and solve the whole paper. Let's say you are going to solve 80%, 70%, 60% whatsoever, but if you have reached up to the last question, at least you know that for your knowledge you have given your best shot. This is confirmed. Okay, and to reach up to the last question, the 3-part question solving method which I have already discussed, that solving the first part, second part and third part, is going to help you a lot. Okay, because in the first part only, when you are solving the questions, just you are getting the direct answer. When you are solving only this, so you are automatically reach the up to the last question. So now you have a thorough idea about the question paper. Okay, so this is very, very important. And last but not the least, please my friend, be positive and only think about the best outcome of your exam you can imagine. Okay, you will give your best shot and you will be going to give your best exam in your life. Okay, okay, all the best. My best wishes are always with you. एग्जाम को फोड़ के आना है. ओके, बाय.